Yo, never mind what you seen.
Never mind what you heard.
You know, we are here, seen and heard, seen and not heard, and it is another day. I'm sorry, pardon me losing my words. Nah, we good. We don't have to start over. I'm gonna continue to lose my train of thought after having that amazing juice.
Facts.
You know, something about God's nectar. You know what I mean?
Something like it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One time for God's nectar. Shout out to our guests. We have Alex here, boss of God's Nectar.
Yes, I am the owner of God's Nectar. Started about a year ago, almost coming up. Shout out to my juices right here. Thank you for the promotion.
For
How
sure.
did you guys like the juice that you had today?
Oh man,
It's great.
it's great.
Good.
It's great.
And I mean, honestly, if I'm looking at the ingredients, it's not something I would readily have gravitated to. So that's even more of a, and I'm a picky person. So that's even more kudos to you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I know the man right here, he done pulled up to Aura. He done cooked for us. He had the Gouda Mac with the salmon and the blackened chicken when he pulled up. But I mean, my man Chris, the sober chef, you know, he gets to it. You know, we're not about to sit here and disrespect all the viewers and be smacking all in the mic. So we ain't have him bring a pan of food because that would have been a little. We wasn't gonna put the ASMR on y'all.
Nah.
But you know, like the food be on pause, it'd be finger looking good. So we would have had a disgusting podcast talk about the movie doing all this extra.
Chicken on your jacket.
But yeah, shout out to my guy Chris Blinn. Say what up to the folks. You
What's
know,
going on, everybody? It's Chris Bland, sober chef, catering. If you don't know, I started a catering business about 2 years ago. Started selling plates, and you know, with the inspiration of helping my community and just making good food, serving good food, and making it a career and doing it on my own time. Led me to Sober Chef Catering.
believe that. And I
That's
mean,
dope.
you know, with the holiday season here, you would always need some good food. You know, you need good food on Christmas. You need good food on Thanksgiving. And after that, you'd probably need to have a cleanse. So, I mean,
Facts.
all of these people are very important for when you're entering and exiting the holiday seasons. But since we're here talking about the holiday season, we're going to talk about this Christmas first.
Mhm.
Oh, man, that's a good movie.
Yo, I was telling you before the pod, I haven't seen it since it came out. Like I saw it in theaters when it dropped.
Theaters.
Peak Chris Brown era. It's really why
Everybody saw it in theaters back then.
I think I committed a crime to see it. I think I got the bootleg.
you got the bootleg.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You just dated yourself.
That's cool. I mean, that's how old the movie is.
Fair enough.
For real.
Yeah, but yeah, I
This
thought it
was
was
before
pretty.
Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
I think so. Yeah.
This is when he was on that trajectory. Like, you
16
know,
to 18, I feel like. He had some tattoos back then, but he was
Yeah.
still mad young.
it was like Doublemint commercial.
Yeah.
And he was
Or-
really he was
Yeah.
he
Well-
was getting them the mainstream looks before it all got.
Because he barely
Dog.
had facial hair, so yeah, that was before.
Yeah.
You got served that time.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of that, wait, is that You Got Served or is that
Stump the Yard.
Stump the Yard?
Stump the Yard.
Stump the Yard.
Stump the Yard, yeah.
No.
They
No.
cousins. They cousins. Come on. They cousins.
You know what?
Why'd they make them brothers in both?
I just realized that they was in both movies.
Yo.
I didn't think about it till I
just
watched
realized
this
that.
movie.
I was like,
Yo,
wait,
was this before they moved to
Like, this is in the same universe.
So maybe
Because it's
that-
both in Cali, so
Which one came first? Now I'm curious.
Oh, man.
yeah.
You
Might have to go
honestly,
to
gotta
check
look
the
at it.
files.
I got y'all. Y'all can
I
talk
think
and
you
look
got
it up.
served.
No.
They might have both
Stomp
been the
Yard.
same year.
No, Stop the Yard was after. That's my
You
fault.
Got Served is Lil
right,
Saint
that's what
dancing in the
Served
rain.
is
Yo, they're both
2005, I feel
07.
like.
The
They're
same
both
time.
07?
They're both 07.
And You Got Served was what, 04, 05?
Now they're both 07. Oh, You Got Served.
Yeah.
Yeah, You Got Served was before that. I
Yeah,
think.
that was like 2004 or 5, I feel like.
Liquor.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. but I'm telling you, man, like
Yo,
that.
Cruz
like-
requested Stomp the Yard. By the way.
Yo, when I watched it this time, I was like, I never realized how limited we were on casting because they definitely made them brothers in both movies.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a funny observation because I didn't make that correlation. I was more like
I just realized.
Del Orlando.
Oh, yeah,
got a new
Delroy.
family after Crooklyn. You know,
If you guys do a review for Stomp the Yard, whoever come up here, they got the crump. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yo.
man, who's dancing? I guess we're not
I
doing
know,
the review.
Darius be crumping.
Oh,
That's
man,
your
okay.
We're gonna have to have some guests that come up here and do a
They got
reenactment
moves.
of the
And
scene
but
real quick.
we need somebody to
I
stroll.
ain't got no moves.
Yeah.
That part of my life is done.
Oh man,
I got a 2-step. I got a 2-step. That's as far as it
real
goes.
casual.
Me,
Maybe a
little
little
shoulder.
bachata.
Yeah,
Maybe a
little.
little
That we gonna get to that in the next movie.
Right? A little
Word,
something.
word.
The next movie we gonna
Yeah.
talk about that. But oh man, like yo, so what are your takeaways on this movie? I mean, I know you was talking about how it's like a gumbo of a bunch of
Yeah.
black
It
movies.
felt like a little bit of soul food. It felt like a little bit of, I mean, insert Tyler Perry movie, like any movie that dealt with family or people coming together. Every Tyler Perry movie has that
Madea.
one couple that has infidelity. Yeah, and something with Medea. I mean, they're literally calling the matriarch
Madeira,
yeah.
Mhm.
It's true.
Yep.
Without the wig, though.
But shout out to Loretta Devine.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I think I see her on screen, yo, that's like, I'm like, yo, that's like a mom.
Grandma.
She's everybody's mom, yo.
Mhm.
Everybody's mom.
Standards.
She's still acting too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely the voice.
It's like a voice you've heard before.
Yeah.
It's
and
a-
the aura is always just welcoming.
She's
yo.
got a very motherly tone to her voice. Like it's got the rasp, but the high pitch at the same
Mhm.
time.
I
Yeah.
want her to yell at you.
Like, well, the thing is, like, she's got that voice where, like, even if it's stern, like, you know, she means business, but the same tone could somehow be loving at the same time. That's what makes it really motherly.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really weird because, like, she's had that voice since she was young.
Yeah.
Because that's the same voice when she's like trying to talk
Yeah, I
to
was
Gregory
gonna- yeah.
Hines and waiting to
Yeah,
exhale. Oh man, but
Oh,
yeah, I don't know, man. This movie is good, but there's some forces there.
What we got?
Like she's really stuck on her baby father,
who we talking about?
Loretta Devine.
Oh, with the
Senior?
Yes.
Senior.
I forgot that he didn't die when she took out the picture, and when she was looking at it, I was like, "Damn, he died." And then later on, she said that she got a card. I was like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
Her
because
kids
like the
couldn't
way
play-
she's
couldn't listen to
mourning him
music.
in a sense, like
He like yo, Deacon Black lives there. Even if he's not living there for the week to make the family feel better,
she never healed,
that's that man.
Nah,
ever.
clearly.
Yo.
Yeah.
but
like-
not even through him, but through her kids, because the act of her being left,
Okay.
the act of somebody else choosing what they love instead of choosing
To stay.
that, right? Or to be there. Like she was always hurt by that. That's why she always treated her kids the same way. You know, nobody should be afraid to tell you what they want to do with their life or that they
100%.
love that they could sing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You should know that as a mom, but because of the hurt that they seen her go through and her never heal from, because, you know, it's like, damn, you haven't seen your son in 4 years? He's a musician. Did you never go to support their dreams? Or is it because of whatever happened between you and the father that you was just like, okay, you have such of him? Like, and that's the thing, sometimes people can't look at their kids because of that reminder
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, that other
Yeah.
parent, the things that they have still harbored that they again aren't healing from. And so it's like you continue to pass that down. But it's like, yeah, you never went to support your kids, or you don't really try to because you're still so stuck in the pain of whatever happened between you and Senior.
And I'm for me, like I look at like unfortunately I compartmentalize those issues because I could see how it could spill over in like the trauma will have you like treat your kids away because you see similarities in the hereditary gifts. Like they like music, he liked music, that's what pulled him away. And like, yeah, you got to fight that struggle. But if you're allowing yourself to be in a new relationship, like, yo, you share a bed with that man. And just because he's gone to appease, like, you know, save face for the kids, whatever the case may be, now you go to your nightstand and find out that there's a face down picture of and that's not cool.
It's also out of selfishness, though.
What'd you say?
She want her cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
She can't have what she wants, but it's a convenience thing with Joe. Like, yes, he's been there. He stepped up. He took care of her and her kids. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
He's a good man. So by that, yeah, she's gonna be there. But at the end of the day, he's not the one that really has her heart. And that's why at the end of the movie, when Chris gave it to her and said what he said to her, like, it's not, you don't want to marry him because of us. That shit is on
It's
you.
because
And
you.
it is because of her.
Fact.
Yeah,
Because you're
that
still
was a good
holding
scene.
on to this past thing with
It's not about
Senior.
everybody else. Yeah.
And if you got a divorce, why are you afraid to talk about that? Your kids are grown. You have grandchildren.
100%.
You have grandchildren.
I'm
there should
rolling.
be no reason why you're afraid to say that y'all got a
But
divorce.
Joe should have stood up though. Ain't no way I'm pulling my container out the garage and my clothes when I know I'm paying the
Nah.
bills here.
Okay.
Ain't no way. Hey,
Like
are you
the,
you're
the,
going to the garage
the
because
clo-
her kids are here?
the clothes thing is a little different because that's not like the picture thing is out.
Yeah.
The picture thing is we not rocking. Like you're still in the past. You're no longer a part of this relationship, in my opinion, because now everything you just said, I'm like, have we beneficial or have I been beneficial? Like that's how I'm gonna look at it.
I could understand all the saving face tactics.
That's why I said the
Right.
garage. is
If
cool.
the kids were kids,
Right.
if they were like kids,
100%.
like if this was because what they've been together at least 15 years, I think they said it's somewhere around there.
He made a reference about dude being in 6th grade.
no,
Yeah.
he's been around for
For
dumb
for
long.
grip, so I probably a dub at that point for 20 at
Mad long.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
the thing is, he's only been living there as long as Lauren London's been in college.
But that's what I was like, 4
oh,
years or
that's
7
kind
years.
of crazy.
More.
But they said so she's
Because they said she been in
professional
school that
student.
long.
Changed her
Yeah.
major.
And so yeah, she said that they've been in college for 7 years, but then they said when she left, so I'm like, okay, what if she was home for like, going to a community college, or she was in state,
Right.
and then she left to go somewhere else?
That's true.
Because that they never specified that. They just said,
And I
should've
know
been
they
in school
said-
forever.
But then Chris Brown referenced him being there for a long time of him growing up. You know what I mean?
And how
Like,
old was he? Like,
I think he's supposed to be probably 16, 17 at that
yeah, he
point.
looked like he was
Like a
probably like
senior
senior
in high
high
school.
school type
Yeah.
vibes.
okay,
But I mean, I really
That's wild, though.
like I understand.
That's
Like I
a
said,
long ass time to be getting your
But-
clothes out the fucking
Garage.
tub, yo.
but you know what's crazy about it? I believe that it actually is written well
Mhm.
because if you don't teach your kids how to face stuff, they're gonna be just like that, and that's why Columbus Short's character was hiding his wife.
Yeah, but he hired her because she white.
yeah, I think it also.
Yo,
has a
they
lot to
didn't
do-
say nothing about it.
Nah, they wasn't.
Like
they wasn't, mad at it.
tripping.
Yeah.
No, when I say hiding, I'm talking about how he was struggling to break it to them. Like he was like, "Oh man, I'll tell." Like he's overthinking it the same way she's
Was it
overthinking.
because
Like
she's white or because
like-
he secretly got married?
I think it's the
You
secret.
think it was just
Because
secret?
like
Yeah.
I think of course on face value when you see her and she's white you're gonna think that, and then the guys at the bar had the little issue and the little dust up or whatever, but the thing is like he kept something from them, and I think that like they're supposed to be so, I think they try to mask it as they're so close or tight knit that like people will feel betrayed. Like you gotta think about it, like she's already dealing with the fact that they're away from her and she's mad at every one of them from being away from her. Like them kids ain't gonna stay there forever. But the thing is, she feels that way because what? Now, oh, you so far gone that you went and got married? He's like, yeah, I fell in love, trying to double up on the benefits. You get more money as a married person in the military.
Right.
Like he knew what he was on,
Mhm.
and he was trying to see the girl. Like he's trying to come back for her, all that stuff. But I mean, I just really believe that, I don't know, like we really see those family dynamics where
Generational
like
trauma.
it plays right into it. Like
Mhm.
like look at her, like how you, like all these grown kids know that they rock with each other, and you still scared to tell them. They
Yeah,
already
it's-
figured, they're old enough to figure it out.
Yeah. Word.
I don't know. What's your favorite? What's your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene in the movie. Probably that the baby oil one is crazy.
No
Yo,
Diddy.
Yo,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
it was
that's
a classic
crazy.
scene.
Cause ain't
Did
no
him
way.
did him filthy.
Yeah,
I think my
he
favorite-
earned it. He
Yeah,
earned
he
it.
did.
But
He did.
Laz Alonso.
Laz, I was gonna say Laz,
Did
yo.
she crash the truck too?
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah.
She crashed the truck, but he
Crashing
did
the
it
truck
to
is
himself.
crazy.
He loved that truck more than her.
That's true. No, I'm not mad at her for doing it.
Because before he left, I don't remember what exactly he said to her, but he said something like, "Oh, and make sure you put the car somewhere because it's supposed to rain."
He said, "Take care of my baby." About the car, I think he said something
Yeah,
like that.
and he said, "Make sure you put it up because it's
Wow.
supposed to rain."
Yeah.
So
I get it.
She was.
She
you
hit
know,
him where it hurts.
and also because he never even said I love you, nothing. You know, just in the moment
Oh, man.
before they left, the only reason why he gave her a kiss for real was because he brought up the damn laundromat
The
being
selling,
sold.
yeah, that's right.
So he was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because she's
Butter
like,
her
oh,
up,
you
keep
really
motivating
think
her.
that, like, it's gonna be a good idea. He's like, baby, of course.
We got
So
this.
I'm gonna,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Bring you in for that moment, but it's not anything more than like, listen, I'll be back. I love you. We'll see you later. Kiss the kids. Nothing. You left to go be with your bitch. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
Yeah.
like, you didn't go for anything else but that.
Who was also fire.
She was.
I'm saying all the women
Honestly,
in the movie.
yeah. Across the board.
This might be
Yeah.
the prettiest Regina King movie for me.
Yo,
I'm trying to think.
she was like
No, she was really
in her
really
peak,
together,
yo.
like she was really pretty in this. Like
yeah.
like I'm just thinking of all the other times I've seen her. Like I think that was pretty
Yeah.
small for me.
Yeah.
But
I respect
my top aesthetically pleasing one was probably Kelly
it. Okay.
That was the middle sister, right?
from New York. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
one with
think
the
there's
money.
been
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
as
yeah.
she's gotten older where she's definitely aged and been finer.
Yeah.
Who, Regina?
Regina
Kelly.
King. Oh, Kelly?
Yeah. Her
Oh,
too.
no.
Wasn't
Okay, what was she in?
in the movie Addiction or this like the movie with Boris Kodjoe, sex addict movie that they came out that was
What
based on a
movie was
book.
that?
Addicted. She was in
Addicted.
that.
I gotta
Yeah,
look
yeah.
that up.
She was in that.
She's
Money does wonders.
she's good money. Let me see.
Nah, that
Who
other,
else?
what's the other? What's the
Lauren
other-
London,
yeah,
of course.
Lauren
She definitely
London.
glowed up
Come
from
on,
that
Lauren
movie.
London.
Mhm.
She definitely glowed up from that movie. She was pretty, but she was also very young.
This is Lauren London. Like this pre Nipsey.
Pre Nipsey,
Was that
post
before? I was about
ATL.
to say,
This
that
might-
was
this might be
the year after
ATL.
ATL.
This is
Yeah.
still pre Little Wayne.
Yeah, I think it's pre Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Yo,
For
Lauren London
for
was-
hip hop. Yeah.
She was wild and taking homie into the pantry.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's the fact that she came out with the shoulder strap down like, sis, you could have fixed yourself.
Yeah, that was out of pocket. Fix your shirt.
And bro, you couldn't have shut the fuck up for a second. Who cares about your name? Like, I get it.
Yeah,
but come
that's
on,
a
man.
fact.
Niggas
Shut
in the
up.
closet, like trying to be quiet. They keep asking who
Keep
hears
knocking
what, and you
beans
just
over.
want to be.
Ain't no way.
Knocking mad cans over.
But then again, you know, what's the part where they have the older brother, older money? So the dudes were staying in the house with David Banner.
How
Come
big
on.
was that house?
Come on.
Yo, facts.
For real.
Yeah, like yo, how you got the
Biggest
bookies?
house in the
How you
world.
got the bookies over for fucking Christmas?
Ain't no way.
She said, "Are y'all secretly married to one of my children?"
Yeah,
Like,
that's wild. Nah, man. Like, yeah, David Banner was
As a bookie is mad funny, mad random.
terrible.
That shit was so
Got
random.
boo bopped upside his head
Yeah.
early, opening scene. Bottom.
That shit is like you remember Paper Soldiers, yo, when they run up when they see, they come up on Bleak and Dame.
Telling you.
Yo, this music shit not really working. That's what that shit kind of reminded me of, yo. It's like damn, like a pimp residuals
Right.
ain't hitting like that, yo.
Had that little tiny band-aid on his forehead from the bottle joint for
Yeah.
like the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a terrible look.
I'm happy that Joe got his respect though.
At the
after,
end.
yeah,
Oh,
because
for
he
sure.
deserved it. Honestly, he should have gave it to him when they was in the bathroom. I would probably punch that nigga in the stomach
Yeah.
after the fact for doing all of this shit and having these niggas in your mother's house. Disrespectful as fuck.
And that's the only thing. Like if you advance the movie, does the respect remain? Or is it just like you saved my life, so now I'm showing you love this weekend?
Oh man, I mean,
'Cause
you
he-
would hope.
He
you
is
would
seeing
hope.
kids jump him in the 6th grade. Like, why are you mad at me as a person with a beard? And I've been around since you was in 6th grade.
That's crazy.
Cause like
I've been
you said,
around
That's
forever.
not his daddy.
That's
So,
cool. I'm
that
not
means
trying
that
to
he
be
has
him.
father issues too, though. And that's
Yeah.
something that he's never healed from.
Like, I'm not trying to be him. You over here talking to his instrument like it's a person.
And that kind of makes me
Like,
think-
oh, senior, look out for your piano for your brother. Like, nigga, like, light your bogey and play your song and shut up.
when
Like,
you
I don't
think
want to hear.
about how long Joe's been in the picture, I kind of wonder, like, when did senior leave and how old were the kids? Because they could have, like,
They were babies.
As soon
It
as
must-
as
it
soon
must
as
have
the
been.
youngest one, so all right, let's say as soon as the youngest one was born, because they
he
all
was
have the
probably
same,
out.
they all have the same father. It was like, wow, this is too much. Like,
Yeah, shit, you got
like
6 kids.
like 5 was cool. Now that we're past the first handful, you're wilding. I've got to play this
Once you
sax.
start working on the
He's
six,
bugging. It
Got the
was
ticket and left.
Yeah.
Jumped on the bus and left.
like, yo, I got to go overseas. That's the only place you can play music. You ain't try to get a residency in the bar down the block. Nigga was not trying to be home
Shit's
ever.
Fucking filthy.
When you're in 6th grade, you're roughly around like
12,
11.
13.
10
11.
to 11. So he
Six,
must
yeah.
have been like maybe 9 to 10 ever since Joe's been around.
Yeah. And I mean, like, she was getting mad. Like, he said, like, he knew about the kids in the 6th grade. She was getting mad about, she was getting mad at him wanting music lessons when he was a kid. But I'm like, yo, I hate to say it, but
yo.
look at how, like, why would the kids not want to be like their father? Look at how much you like the father.
That was the love of your life. That's how they.
I'm saying, like all the times that you appreciated what eventually became the demise of the relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was probably, like, if you can be 20 years outside of the relationship with his picture face down on a nightstand, who's to say that you were, like, you weren't Terry and Soul Food. You weren't not going to the bar to support him. You was showing mad support. Like, you was mad supportive. He was like, oh man, my baby's playing today. Let me go see him. He got the horn out. Like, oh man, kids gather around, your father's playing the piano. Like, it was lit.
That's
You
what
was
we
always
think,
showing
though.
mad love.
Right.
That's what only you could think. Maybe he could have been somebody that stayed out, cheated. You know what I'm saying? Was gone
Right.
a lot, played gigs a lot, didn't come around
Degenerate.
a lot.
Oh,
And
no,
she
no.
was-
I think, you know what's funny? I think that's true too. But I think every time that he did come back, because they called him a wanderer, and then they said they said Idris Elba's character was a wanderer too, Quentin.
Mhm.
So to me, I think that he was never held to any consequence when he did pop back up.
Yeah, because she loved him and she wanted him to be there for the family.
Exactly. So I hate to say it, but that, once again, with the movie being well written, that's why it was tough for Regina King's character to hold this dude to any consequence, because she's seen that.
Yeah,
Very true.
and it took her a long time, and it took her for
Yeah,
somebody
everybody-
else to
What's
like
up with the toxic matriarch
it
fucking
her,
characters,
you know, make
yo?
her acknowledge like, yeah, I have issues. You know what I'm saying? For her to do something about it, you got to have a whole fight outside in the rain with your sister
Yeah.
to go do some crazy shit by dumping your car. And how did you get back?
Yeah, that was before Uber. That was
Yeah.
a little,
That's all I'm
was
saying.
a-
Like, did
that
you
was a
just
cab
literally
ride.
catch a
Yellow
taxi or
cab.
call somebody to pick you up? Like, how did you get back?
Santa Claus.
Yo, shout out to Santa Claus.
Yeah,
One
and
time.
it was like
Mackay.
every character had a piece of the father in their own way.
Mhm.
Mm.
The bookie, the gambling. Then you had homeboy drinking.
Kelly's character, she don't settle for nothing.
Right? She don't settle for nothing.
She's career focused, just like he was. Didn't settle
That's a
for
good
his
one.
life.
Yeah.
I ain't look at that one.
Yeah.
That's 100% it.
That's what she said. She doesn't.
That was a
focus on
wild
that
scene
because-
though when she asked her if she needed batteries.
Yo.
I was like, ooh. Like, I was like, I'm thinking back, I'm like, did I even catch that in 07 when it
Nope. You didn't know what she was talking about.
Nah, I'm like, really? I'm like, that was crazy. Just came through with the rabbit in pocket.
Yeah.
It was really the 5 girls that brought over Christmas presents, and they didn't show one girl. I wish they kind of showed like some of the girls that popped over with these gifts.
For Chris
Chris?
Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She said, "I don't know what he's doing, but he's
Well,
doing it."
we know what he's doing now. He was singing.
He was singing. He was giving them the.
I
pipe
mean,
for
he
real.
was.
I'm just saying, like, he
Had a
was
motorcycle in high school.
like,
Yeah.
yo, you
Come on.
singing
Yeah,
and you got a
that's-
motorcycle in high school? It's
Tall,
over.
light skin.
He was tall. Yeah, like before some people caught their
Photographer.
growth spurt,
He getting crazy. Yeah.
he just added the photography to the repertoire.
Yo.
One time for Joe coming through copping the Nikon. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
He said it's like
Nah,
the Rolls
facts.
Royce of cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't no cheap shit.
Yo,
That
she
wasn't
didn't
no
even
cheap
want
shit.
him to have the camera. Like, she
Yeah,
didn't want
she
him to
wanted
have,
to do nothing
nothing.
creative, yo.
like, she was like, yo, as soon as you're old enough, you're working full time.
I was
with
gonna
the
say, yeah, you're
cleaners.
gonna be a fuck. Yeah.
What
You're
am
gonna
I,
be a plumber.
Ace?
That's why
That's time for
Regina's
this
character,
shit.
like, she
Yo.
could have gotten out if she wanted to. She didn't stand up
Talk
for
about,
herself,
yo,
and I
what
feel like
you Ace?
that's what pissed me off the most about her. She keep blaming everybody else for not being able to go to college, and so she's older than Kelly, or Kelly's older than her.
Nah,
Older.
I think Regina's the
Gina was
oldest.
the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if that's the
It's like
case, why you
Terry.
couldn't go to school? Like, if you're older than me, how is it my fault that I left to go to college when you could have did that too? Like, you led the way. You chose to go work.
Well, the same way.
What was her
Once again, like,
occupation?
I think I'm adding to how good the writing was, but like the same way the mother was in denial about things. Regina King's character is in denial about things because at the end of the day, she was able to settle with the fact that she's a good person by sacrificing to stick around her mom so everyone else could go get a chance at living their lives. You know what I'm saying? So she was blaming people until she had that random self-aware subconscious moment where she spoke out of turn and spoke out loud instead of speaking to herself and said, or you have a baby by them. And then now you got two. Like, yeah, that's why. That's why you're here.
You stuck. You got.
It's
in
not
a sticky
it's not
situation,
cuz
and you settled.
listen, I hate to say it, but like y'all all looked at each other and was like, your mom's pretty resilient. Like it wasn't like, nah, all 5 of y'all could do whatever, but I'm gonna stay. Nah.
And her character just has no tenacity for herself. It's not like, okay, yeah, you got kids. You could go back to school if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You're old enough now that you can change the trajectory of your life and make better decisions. You can't keep blaming everybody else for your shit.
That's
because
true.
at the end of the day, what are you showing your kids? You know what I'm saying? What are you showing them? Like, are you just going to complain about the life that you didn't have? Or are you going to try to figure out how you can still make it?
I agree. With
Real
that.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
a bar.
Hell yeah.
I mean, for me, I just look at the whole thing like, man, come on, Loretta.
She set the example. That's why she did it. Her daughters did the same thing that she did.
But her daughter was like, shout out to the daughter that was probably like more like the dad.
Absolutely.
You know, Kelly, with how you said she was so like career focused. Because I mean, at least she was able to like buckle a little bit once she seen something that was worth her letting the guard down when she fell for Makai or whatever. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, it seemed very easy for Makai to bag her.
Yeah,
It's
history.
Mekhi Phifer. Yo, dude got one of the best smiles in the game.
Bro, he was across the room and he looked at her and she was like,
I mean,
dang, homie's checking
she
me out.
pulled
I
up
was
with
like,
yo, she pulled up with the little vibrator. She's definitely like repressed. Yo, she's looking for, she need a little something.
she's backed up.
Yeah, she's backed up.
And if she's career
Santa
focused,
Claus.
she's probably not dating or not going out really like
That's crazy.
on the scene at all. She's probably just focused on her shit. And if you do try and talk to her, she's probably looking at you, to see like what you have that's gonna match her level.
Right. Where did he
Clean
work?
cut.
He was a firefighter.
Oh, okay.
Not bad. Heroic,
Hero.
protective.
It was really how easy he was just like,
He bagged it, Maddie.
it was a day that
and
you
smacked that night.
you first started school.
It'd be like
The
that.
brother
you
co-signed.
dropped
The
your
brother
books.
co-signed. it.
Yeah.
The brother- Once the brother co-signed it, it was over.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying. Don't act like you playing hard to get.
She liked him, and like I said, it was easy
Quick.
because when he came over and she was supposed to go out with him, and she was like, not tonight. All he said was like
That was smooth.
one memory,
He smoked
was
it with
smooth.
the,
one line.
yeah.
I remember.
I like the memory
He
lane.
smoked,
dropped
bro.
it.
he
Drop your
smoked
books
it
and
with
you
the
need
high
to look up
school,
when
with
I
the
help
high
you.
school shit. Like I remember
Ninth
you from-
grade.
Yeah.
Pigtails.
Yep.
Dropped her
Put
books
on a
running
pink
late.
shirt. I remember you that day.
Oh shoot.
Painted the whole picture, and she was just like, "Shut up, come here."
Yeah.
say
Folded
another
her.
word.
Folded her with that.
Meanwhile,
Open and shut.
that wasn't even her.
Yo.
right.
She's like, wait a minute, I never rocked.
She over here
pigtails.
building the memory in her head. I
Yeah.
did have pigtails.
Never
No,
happened.
you didn't. You had Iverson braids.
Um,
Yeah.
You had
Yeah,
zigzags.
Come on, man.
With the barrettes.
You know what I'm saying?
Different color barrettes.
Looked like an extra on a video that was on 106 and Park.
The jelly sandals.
You know what I'm saying? You had apple
Oh.
bottoms on.
Nasty.
Wasn't no pink sweaters. That's crazy though.
that shit was funny.
Like, so what grade was he in?
He was a senior because
See, they about to mess up. I'm about to mess his timeline up.
I think because he was in
Because he went to school.
Yeah,
Exact. I'm trying to put it
So
all
that
together.
means that they would be 3 years apart.
Right.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. How old is Columbus Short's character?
He has to be
Mid-20s.
because
Mid
he's
to
in the
late
army.
20s.
So I figured
didn't
like
catch it
So he
right.
would have been
maybe like 25
okay.
because
It can't be. Because if Lauren London.
I think
was in
Idris's
college for
character.
7 years.
Oh shit!
When did she start?
Idris is the oldest.
Right.
Yeah.
He about 40.
Idris and
I
Regina.
feel like
He's
he
not
was,
that
like, late
old.
30s.
Yeah.
No, he looks old in the movie because I feel like they had him playing down.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, he had
He's supposed to be
his
like,
hair was
Yo,
kinda,
that mohawk was trash.
Yo.
With that vest.
That
Yeah,
mohawk
that shit
was,
was- that shit was
leather
terrible.
Lighted on
vest.
trash.
Yeah.
Yo, he had the mohawk and it came like and it was round in the back,
Yeah,
but it
it
was
was-
halfway up.
Yo, you could tell it
It's
was a
like-
hairpiece, bro. That shit is bad.
That wasn't it, Idris.
That shit is bad.
His accent came out. In
His
one
accent
scene.
was I noticed that accent was a
when
little
he
fucked
said
up.
something about tuning.
Mhm.
Something I was like, the way he said that, I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
it was like
Britain.
shoot. Yeah, it came out that English tune.
Whatchcaller had one too. Chris Brown had one because I mean he's from that Virginia area.
Mhm.
He had that that DMV that
Yeah,
chew.
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, like they definitely
That
like
and like a kind of like a lisp.
Yeah.
earlier in their acting years. But
Mhm.
shout out to Chris Brown for the scene in the nightclub. I mean his singing scenes were fire.
The
That
singing
and the scene
scenes
in the
were
church.
Yeah,
Because
both of
really
Christmas
fire.
is really what they play all the time,
Killed
more
it.
so than the other one in the nightclub.
That's true.
Every time December come around, my grandma wants it's Christmas. I want to see that Christmas. That boy can sing.
Oh
After
man.
that specific Christmas movie, every other one that's come out ever since, I don't watch them because I just think it's a lot.
Oh, okay.
It's always just fucking too much. The same thing too, like it's all about the love, finding that before Christmas. Everybody's like little cute
Oh yeah,
things,
it's,
like
it's too much
it's just stupid.
romance. We met on Christmas type
But
type
you- but you
movies
know
right
what,
now.
though? It's
Christmas wish was you.
Yeah,
how often do you see it with people that look like us, and it's a feel good, and it's successful people that look like us. So like, I always the way I embody, the way I see it is like when they're doing the Soul Train, right?
Oh right.
They in L.A. in a
For
mansion,
sure.
everybody's dancing, having a good time. How often do we see that?
right.
And everybody looks like us.
That's true.
Yeah,
I understand
Yo,
that, and I
They
respect
pulled
it.
off a Cali movie with no gangsta.
no gang.
Nothing.
Yeah. Like the only things that were like fucked up about the family was just the mom just had separation anxiety or separation issues. Yo, that was like the main thing, and they obviously all loved their mom, and they all obviously cared about their mom, the family business, all that. So I agree. That was some of my notes that I had written down. It was like, yo, this movie is like it's fucking positive, like across
Yeah.
the board.
No financial,
It's
no
the-
financial
yeah.
trouble. It wasn't even
No
a
mess,
question.
no mess.
set the
Really, like
tone.
Laz was messy, but he wasn't the family. Like he wasn't one of the sons or the daughters or anything like that. So it's like no one really was fucked up in the family like that. Like yeah,
Quentin.
Quentin,
Yeah,
but
not
you know,
even.
yeah,
Struggling musician.
yeah.
I mean, he was out of pocket, gambling addiction.
God, you know what I'm
Brought
saying?
death's door to his family's house.
I mean,
he-
Did he ever change his clothes?
He wore the
Did he?
vest for
Every
for
day.
weeks.
Every
I mean, but
day. he
they
never changed his
they
clothes.
said they
He
set
said
it
he
up for
sent
that
his
though. They said,
clothes
"Where's your
ahead."
clothes?" He said,
Yeah.
"Yeah." He said he sent them ahead.
we didn't have the
He was
Uh,
lying.
Yeah,
He ran. He ran out of the bar.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? When Shorty was singing Santa Baby and he was playing the horn.
wasn't on drugs though. You know,
Right.
wasn't on
That's another thing, there
drugs.
was no
No
drugs.
gang violence, like we pointed out. You know, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't anything.
Gambling addict. Though.
It was
25
That's
bands.
I think that's an acceptable level of.
25 bands is a lot of debt to be in to not be able
In the
to.
gambling world, that's nothing.
I was about to say.
That's
He's not in the gambling world. He's a nigga that gambles. like a nigga that gambles with a $25 thing hanging over your head. So you're gonna try to like hit somebody over the head with a bottle, and then you're gonna bust through a window,
Yo.
almost kill yourself.
Was that
Trying
the
to
same bar
save your
from,
life.
from
Your
Soul
bail would
Food?
have been
Yo?
more than 25.
That shit look like the same bar from
Right.
from
And
Soul
they
Food,
and they
low-key.
slid for 10.
Yo, was he in?
They took 10 from Joe at the end.
Yep. But
This was
again,
in
they
Cali
had
the whole
warrants.
time. This was in Cali the whole time. Like
That's why I
okay,
was wondering where it was too.
because he hopped on the train a couple times, right? Or I'm bugging.
Bus. I think it was the
Bus, and then
Bus
it was
to
a
the
train
bus
at the end, but
station.
then he ended up
Yeah.
getting off. Yeah.
Like some Greyhound station type stuff.
I was about to say because I was like, yeah, don't let it be the same bar where Lim fucking is hooked off
Oh,
on
what?
cousin. Yeah,
Yeah, you know, or in the multiverse. of
yeah,
it all.
yeah, bro. We stay connected in these movies, yo.
Joe had to be somebody. He because he got his homeboy in the military,
Joe was a funeral director.
and he got the dude in the military to let him out, to let him come.
Yeah, he's
Shout out to the bro.
I was about to
Dakota.
say, yeah,
You know
shout
what
out
I'm
to
saying?
Dakota, yo.
He was in the business, you know what I'm saying? He was a funeral director. Yo, he was getting to the chicken. He had 10 bands laying around. He couldn't get to the bank on a holiday. And he had the 10 bands just kicking around to be able to run up on them
Yo,
and give it
facts.
to them to settle.
Yo,
So that's how I know you rich.
yo, y'all hiring?
Yeah, you. The person looking down. I know you got money.
Yeah, it's facts.
Between the car
Y'all
and this
just be
nigga having
having
$10,000 laying around, I know you got it.
Facts. Yeah, for real.
Look at the laugh.
He still
real.
didn't deny.
you gotta do a lot. For
Listen,
that.
I'm in the
Nah,
Coca-Cola.
for sure.
I'm in the Coca-Cola business, but y'all
There's
niggas die
always
every
gonna-
day, B.
there's always bodies.
Niggas die every day.
You right up there with doctors. People gonna get born. People gonna die.
Shit.
He got $5 grand in his pocket right now.
Yeah.
Shout
Black
out
card
to the
on the
money.
left side.
All the money. Oh man, but
$5.
before we go,
Mm.
do y'all have any closing thoughts on this Christmas?
Nah, honestly, I think after this watch, I think it's probably gonna end up in my rotation for the holidays.
It's very healthy.
Yeah, it's super. I was really impressed. With the cast alone was
I promise you, if it wasn't for
Fire.
that nightstand scene, like, and trust me, like when I watch old movies, I'd be looking for like something to be mad at.
Mhm.
Just for the show's sake, no disrespect, but like, you know what I mean, like so we could flip something and be like, "Yo, did y'all notice that?" Like, you know how you was sitting, like whenever you was sitting around and you realized that Ice Cube's girlfriend had a nigga in the bed when she was yelling at him.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? You like what? Like this whole time, like
Yeah.
I'd be looking for those moments. So when I found out that she had the picture in the nightstand, like in the bedroom that they shared, I was like, "Yo, that's out of pocket."
Disrespectful.
But if you mute that other scene, I'd just be like, "Oh man, she needs to heal," and I'd be fine with it. And I'd be like, "Yeah, that's a typical person that's just like that's still dealing with something, but they're trying their best to go forward with trauma, like in tow with them as their carry on. Like I would have been fine with it. But
Trauma at 65.
yes,
Listen,
if you don't get over
making
it,
a
you don't.
choice.
Get-
You making
It's
a choice. That's
You
a
choosing-
choice.
You choosing
You
to be
chose this
sad.
for 30 years. Nah.
because you gotta think too though. Not a lot of people back then were always like welcome and open to going to therapy or like telling you that
Woof.
you should. Now everybody's like, you need to heal, you need to go to therapy.
But then
Right.
on
But back
top of
then,
that,
it's not the same.
but then
And
on
even
top of
now,
that,
people from back then, they don't want to deal with that shit because it's uncomfortable for them.
that's not what they used to.
No,
And I mean,
but-
like, yo,
but
the
that's-
Band-Aid continues to get like, yo, if you pick at the scab
you
will
have
never heal.
65
It'll
years
never
of
heal.
trauma you have to unlock.
Yeah,
And she
but
kept dealing with it
if
because
you got 65 years of trauma, whatever it may be. You're in a mansion in LA. What are we talking about? What are we talking
I mean,
about?
but that's the surface, bro.
But that's not surface. That's real.
No,
what
no,
problems do
I
you
agree
have?
with you. I agree with you on a tangible side, but you got to go deeper than the tangible side because on the tangible side,
end of the day-
she's not
The
struggling.
Family Cleaners is making some chicken.
They're doing okay, but you got to remember, she's also
they already
she's
done moved on up from the east side.
bro, she's missing her son that's doing the same thing that his dad did. So it's like a new wound reminding her of the old wound. You see what I'm saying? Like that's
fair.
why I
Yeah,
was saying
that's fair.
about like the whole like the scar
guess.
being picked. Like, you know what I mean? Like it never healed because it got reopened and it's about to happen again. So
With-
even
with
if
the
she
younger
came
one.
to grips, even like I'm not saying
what-
that this is where therapy is important because
But
if
what
she
about
was
the
able
picture
to
sitting
cope.
next to her on the bed?
No, bro.
That's the.
I just said
that's
if
a
it was,
choice.
I said if it wasn't for that, that's where I'm tight.
Yeah, but that shows that she
No,
still has
that's
a lot
where
of
I'm
stuff
tight.
that she got to work through and heal from. She
The
has
picture
issues.
could have been in a photo album buried under the bed somewhere.
Exactly.
Not-
It didn't
not
have to
even.
be accessible.
Right there.
Not even
Like,
under the bed.
Anytime Lindo leaves,
not
she
even under
gonna
the bed.
Pull
All right.
that thing out.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: a family photo album, and there was a scene where the kids are going through looking at pictures of them when they're
Yeah, and
kids,
then the picture
and then there was
pops
one that
up.
he was right there. I'm letting that rock.
Yeah, facts.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'm like, the whole movie is 100% positive because that's gonna happen. At the end of the day, relationships end, and like sometimes the baby pictures, yeah, like that was their second birthday, and now we don't rock, and they 20. That's gonna happen. What you gonna do? Burn the picture? Cut
Hear
it?
me out when I say this.
It's a choice.
It's a choice, bro. You're Joe. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Never.
You're asleep.
Never.
You rolled
No,
over.
you're asleep.
Yep.
I'm
You
out.
hear, baby girl, she's up, and you look, and she's crying, looking at the picture.
It's over.
I'm flipping the bed over.
I'm not flipping nothing. I'm leaving.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
flipping the
Yeah.
bed
She not
over,
gonna
and
do
then
that,
I'm
though.
leaving.
Because she never disrespected him while he was there.
I mean, it could have been a boundary thing.
Which is-
Maybe he understood. Like, listen, I know
He
that's
didn't
your-
understand that. He didn't understand
No.
that. Like, he didn't understand that. Trust me.
So,
that was
every,
a.
so you mean to tell
that was a-
maybe
every
he-
time
was-
he went to go
No.
get his bin out the garage, she was
Think about
looking
it.
at the
looking at
picture.
Think about how old they are, and he
Sneaking
never
a peek,
married her.
yeah.
He
What'd you
stuck
say?
around, and he stuck around for her this whole time
'Cause he loved her. He loved
and
her.
all of her kids.
100%.
He understands that
There's some hurt there.
there's issues that she has, and probably a little bit of why she's never gonna fully commit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you 100%.
That's why he was still there.
Yo, the only thing I know for a fact is that he didn't sign on for, like, there's a lot of concessions you make when you love somebody. And trust me, I can relate to his character. So, like, there's a lot of concessions you make when you love someone and you understand and you like, oh, things that you thought you'd never roll with. Like, you'd be like, that's not too crazy. I can adjust a little bit because I care this much. I get it. But what I'm not signing up for is that picture in that nightstand. That's why I said, yo, if I'm Joe and I ever roll over, that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like, yo, I've been doing a lot. Like, I'm letting your kids talk to me crazy. I'm not going crazy back at them. I'm giving them money to get them out of jams. I'm buying cameras. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm paying bills. Like you said, I'm putting totes of my own clothes in the garage for the place I pay the mortgage at. Cause I love you. All of that is cause I love you.
She like that.
But that picture in that nightstand, I'll move.
How you know he was paying the mortgage?
Well, I'm just saying.
That was her house, and he moved into
Right.
it.
Oh no,
But
you're
his
good.
character, as a man,
To me, he appears
He's not the kind of guy that is gonna be
mooching
letting-
off of.
He's taking care of it.
I'm-
That's why he's there.
And I don't think necessarily paying all of it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like whatever they're doing, whatever they agree to split the bills. Like he seems, I could be very wrong, but he seems like he's definitely not just like living off her. Like, he's a contributor to that house.
Right.
That's how
like this.
I clean the gutters.
Clean the gutter. Yeah. Ain't no way.
that like I said, like that movie's perfect
Fix the drywall.
without the nightstand scene. If I never see the nightstand scene, that's probably like top positive movies I've ever seen in my whole life. Even with the little hints of trauma.
Just cut that out.
But that 10 seconds
Director's cut, yo.
destroys the movie. Because I'm like, oh man, like, you need help. What's wrong with you? You're ungrateful. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you put mad stuff on her just because of that. Because you gotta think like the nerve of you. Like, every night you lay next to him and and it's just face down
Trauma.
in the nightstand.
It's not trauma. That's
We-
a choice.
We're not talking, like, at that point, we're not talking mental health. We talking disrespect.
That's a choice.
Yo. On that
On that note,
yeah.
on that note. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's been real, yo. Merry Christmas.
Merry
everybody.
Christmas, y'all.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, facts.
Ho ho ho.
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get.